first guest tonight is an Oscar-winning actor, director, author, and the Spicoli against whom all others are measured. He gives a much-celebrated performance as Colonel Stephen Lockjaw in the movie from Paul Thomas Anderson. It's called One Battle After Another. It opens in theaters September 26th. Please welcome Sean Penn. Good to see you.
You too.
Hey, Sean, you remember when years ago, you and Kid Rock sat down to show that we could talk to each other, and even though we have differences?
Seems like such a distant memory.
Yeah. It didn't work. Yeah, it seems that we can't do that, right? I mean, do you find that it's more difficult to have conversations with people you don't agree with now?
No.
No.
Actually, no, I don't. I think it is the fashion of the public debate. But I find that when, in 90% of cases, that in fact, everybody is hungering to dismiss that disconnect. It's there, and it is what is overwhelming us all. But it's not, when the crowd's not around, it's not what people want.
You've had an exceptionally interesting life. I mean, I think most famous actors have interesting lives, but yours is, I think, a level above that. And I have a photograph here that I wanted to ask you about, because this is, speaking of this seeming like a very long time ago, and this was a pretty long time ago, there's you at a table with Jack Nicholson and Vladimir Putin, who seems to be about to poison you with whatever this is. When was this?
Gosh, the year I'm not sure of, but Jack and I had made a movie called The Pledge that we took to the Moscow Film Festival. And as part of the festival, there was something that that thing arrived at.
Yeah. Was it a friendly conversation then, back then?
Well, we talked about fatherhood.
Fatherhood?
Yeah, it was. Oh, I can tell you, I can time capsule it for you, because it was approximately 2 to 3 weeks after then President Bush said, I looked into his eyes and I felt I could trust him. And I have to say, when I say that, I was conned also. I felt that there was something genuine there. Now we know that he's very willing to kidnap 30,000 kids, murder a lot of people to make, and teach those kids to hate their parents and their country. And yet our country isn't together enough to realize that we should give them the resources to defeat him.
I think most of our country is. I don't know that the people running the country seem to understand that.
Yeah.
You so you talked about fatherhood with him. He's got kids, and it's weird. Were you speaking through an interpreter, I assume?
Yes, he clearly speaks and understands more English than he lets on.
Yeah.
Some KGB thing.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense to do that. And was he a fan of yours and Jack's from the movies?
Oh, I wouldn't know if he was a fan. Oh, yes, I would say he was a fan of Jack's. Everyone is a fan of Jack's. In fact, what was very funny was at one point, because just to his left, off that shot, was the man who had written their national anthem for Stalin. His age was roughly dead. He didn't say a single word when we were introduced to him. He's in his dress greens with all his medals. And so for about an hour and a half, the only thing I saw of this guy was he's going to die at the table.
Yeah.
And the table was about 20 people, and they're all watching Putin and Nicholson having a conversation and trying to listen. And finally, there's a little lull in all of it. And when there is, the old man leans into Putin's ear and whispers something. Jack looks to the whole table and he says, he's telling them, don't change the anthem.
That's funny. That is so crazy to see you guys sitting at a table together. Oh, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Brad Pitt was on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert, and he said that Dax asked him if he'd been starstruck by anyone he'd worked with, and he said he was starstruck by working with you.
Brad Pitt's a very discerning man.
Yeah. Had you heard that, that he said that?
He has said nice things over the years, and I can answer them mutually. I'm a
Did you sense
gigantic
that he was
fan.
starstruck when you met him?
No.
How do you handle that when you're going to work with somebody? You guys acted together. When you're going to work with somebody and they can't get over it.
I think that among the colleagues that I've had sort of around this kind of a conversation with, it tends to be mutual. And if not initially, because perhaps they are newer actors,
right.
know their work well, that, when someone feels that the other person is talented, there's an excitement in that. Some of it's a selfish excitement, because the better someone else is in a scene, the more it feeds you in the scene.
Do you feel that the better somebody else is, the better you are?
Absolutely, sure. And also, you're there taking a big chunk of your life, committed to something. It takes a lot of concentration. And if the movie as a whole, or the play as a whole, isn't working, you've wasted your time a little bit more.
Who have you been most starstruck by? Have you been starstruck? Meryl Streep. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good one, yeah. And did she make you feel comfortable and get over it quickly?
Yeah, I haven't worked with her, but I've met her on several occasions. She's a very elegant person. So
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I heard you build furniture.
I do, yeah.
What kind of furniture are you building?
It tends to have a lot of hidden compartments in it.
Okay. Much like yourself, I guess. And do you have like a whole wood shop at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you get how much, like, are you out there all day working on stuff?
Generally from 5:30 in the morning till about midnight.
And then do you put the stuff in your house, or do you give it away, or?
Well, I put the stuff in the house, and then if it's heavy, I think I'm a near complete piece of furniture, then the house has to pay the price for a little while. I don't want to keep carrying it back and forth, so I'll do the cutting right in the den or wherever it is and let it go all messy. I don't put things down because I like to vacuum.
Okay, all right.
Clean it up afterwards.
I get that. I like to vacuum too. Yeah. There's something about vacuuming
It's squared away.
Do you have a power washer?
I do have power washer. Brand new.
Is there
actually.
anything better than that?
It's really great. Well, I have the power washer, but also because I smoke, and because I allow others to smoke in my home.
Yeah, you love smoking. Yeah.
And because I like things tidy when I'm socializing, it's like the size of a 500 Magnum, and it's a vacuum cleaner, and it's.
Oh, you have a little handy vac.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, in a hidden compartment out here.
In the furniture, yeah. I like that. I didn't know are you like a neat freak?
I want to earn a gravestone that says a squared away individual. That's my goal in life.
A squared away individual.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah. Well, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna see a clip from this squared away individual's new film. It is called One Battle After Another. Sean Penn is here with us. We'll be right back.
You got information for me, spit it out.
Saw a car at gray van heading north up Croc Creek Road.
Carrying
Couldn't tell. White man driving, black girl passenger.
north. It's in these hills.
Sisters of the Brave Beaver.
Who are they?
They grow weed. They're nuns.
Is that some kind of sick joke on God?
I'm not joking.
How many women?
I don't know, a bunch. 10 or 20.
Weapons?
I think they're vegetarian.
That is Sean Penn in One Battle After Another. I can't wait to see that one. I'm hearing very, very good things about the film. You're happy with the way it came out?
It's, so many times if you come, like here, you feel like you're hustling for a movie.
Yeah, right.
This one, as a movie fan, I see people, no one should miss this movie. This guy, Paul Thomas Anderson, is touched and
He's brilliant,
skyrocketing. He really, he has absolutely no relationship with convention.
When
And
he
it's
sends you a
fascinating.
script, do you even really need to read it, or are you sure you're going to do the movie before he sends it?
I was predisposed to do a movie. He and I have talked for a long time. I did a little thing with him on Licorice Pizza, but
Right.
But to actually do the full thing together. And with Leo DiCaprio, who I hadn't worked with before, but I've known him since he was 15, and love him, of course. And then Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor. It was a great cast. And then this girl, Chase Infinity, that's her name, who's sort of is magic. It's and Regina Hall. It's just an incredible cast. But this screenwriting, the direction of this film is. We had a premiere the other night, and I was reminded of how much if a film's great, then it's going to be twice as great when the audience gets it and is with it. The audience becomes part of it.
Right.
And every nuance, nothing handed spoon-fed, being in that room, this guy was able to, everyone in that audience understood every beat of it, and you could feel the energy of it. It's I'm sure if you go online, you won't find me talking like this about a movie. This is really something.
Well, it's interesting, and also I'm going to be in the future when you come on the show, and you don't say how much you like it. I think then we'll know what an excellent actor you are.
I wasn't planning to come back.
Or well. Is it still like exciting to hear like Steven Spielberg thought this is your best performance ever? Is that something that registers with you, or are you jaded to that sort of thing now?
It is highly encouraging. And what happened is so interesting because people respond to this movie, notwithstanding my part in it or not, the movie. And so since it started to screen a bit, I've gotten a lot of texts. But that guy, when he says something, all of a sudden it was international. Texts from people I hadn't talked to in India for 14 years, or
right.
Whatever it was. Yeah, he's got a, and God spoke when it comes to, storytellers that people admire.
Is Stephen Lockjaw the best character name you've ever had in a film?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah. Colonel Stephen Lockjaw. Is it true that that your son Hopper, that you originally wanted to name him Steak?
That is true.
That is true. So you said, what would be great is to name the baby Steak.
Correct.
And that was rejected, obviously.
She exercised a veto.
Yeah. Steak were there other weird choices, or was Steak?
No, I think Hopper was next.
Hopper was number 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you lead with Steak, then knowing you would get Hopper?
I wanted steak.
You wanted steak? Yeah. Because you love steak?
Yeah.
And you're like, what could be better? What's better than steak?
Also give a kid a challenge.
At this point in your career, and I think it's interesting you talking about the fact that you'd not worked with Leo DiCaprio before, because you guys have both been in so many great films. I would assume you had, and but you haven't. You haven't worked with Spielberg before, although it sounds like he's grooming you for E.T. 2 or something. Are there directors specifically that you would love to work with that you haven't?
Oh, yeah. What's tricky about questions like this is, you say one and...
All right, well, I'll say one for you. Marty Scorsese.
Yes, please.
Yes, you would like to work with Marty Scorsese. Yeah. If he called, you would make yourself available.
Well, again, you still want to know that you believe yourself that you can be value added to something. So it would still take, a read, but...
You'd consider it.
I'm Marty, please call.
You shadow him at one time?
I did. He was very generous. The first movie I directed. You get to the end of that and you say, oh, now I know what to look for. And so I called him and I said, could I come and audit your set? He was shooting Cape Fear at the time down in Florida. So I went down and did about 5 days or something on set there.
And you just watched him?
I just watched him. He would involve us at the monitor. It was his first widescreen picture. Mm-hmm. And then I would also be politely escorted away from him as someone saw me go for a cigarette because he's a little intolerant to the smoke. So I watched a lot of it from about 100 meters out.
So you had to choose between Scorsese and cigarettes, and you chose the cigarettes at that point.
I chose the cigarettes the way I do, let's say, in a marriage, about 75%. So the rest of the time I was right there with him.
Okay, all right. Compromise, it's all about compromise.
I love smoking. So.
Hey, you gotta do what you love, you know?
Yeah, it's the Bukowski line, find something you love and let it kill you.
Sean Penn, everybody. His movie One Battle After Another opens in theaters September 26th. We'll be back with Owen Cooper. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah. That's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.